Thank you for watching this video series on translation and technology, brought to you by the Language Resource Center at the University of Michigan and the Corpus-Driven Terminology and Translation Research Group from the University of Brasília. My name is Elisa Duarte Teixeira, and this is what we are going to go over in this video.
In video 3, I'm going to walk you through a hands-on introduction to CAT tools.
I've chosen MateCat as an example of CAT tool to show you because it's a free CAT tool and also because it has some managing functions that some other CAT tools do not have. We are going to start by creating a very simple translation project, your first text in a CAT tool. Then I'm going to show you how to create an account to have more control over the process. And after creating a translation project, I'm going to show you how to share parts of that project with other people to work collaboratively. And then I'm going to show you some of the main features of the translation interface itself. So the first thing you want to do when you start is finding MateCat on the internet, which is very easy. It's the first thing that comes up when you type MateCat. And then in the website, you can have a look at the information on the first page, get acquainted with the tool if you want to read some more information about it. And then when you're ready, just click Use It Now. And if you want to do a quick test, just create a project, give it a name, choose the source language and then the target language, the language into which you are translating the document. You can see there is a list here. You can also choose the topic, but you don't have to. There's a list of topics here for you to choose from. And if you already had a memory, you would add it here, but we are just starting from zero. So we choose the document we want to translate. In this case, is a PDF. And we wait for the tool to analyze it. It's going to count the words and see how many of them are repeated and all that. And once the document is analyzed, you can just start translating right away. But also, and then you click here, but also you can split that job with someone else, or you can buy the translation, which is not our case here. We want to actually use the tool. Now, you may also want to create an account to have more control over all the processes. And to do that, you just do the same thing. You're going to find the website. And once you are in the first page, instead of starting your project right away, you just click on this icon here. That is going to give you the chance to create an account. So you can save your glossaries, you can create your own translation memories that you can come back to later on, which you cannot do if you do not create an account. So just fill out with your information and click the Register Now button. And then you're going to receive an email, which is the final step to confirm that you have created an account with MateCat. Now, the first time you create an account, it's going to generate an API key for you. That's something you need to use the machine translation tool. So I recommend that you copy that into a file, whatever file you want to create. I just used here the notepad, and then you save it with a name that you're going to remember. And you might need that in the future, but it may be that you never be asked again for this API key, but it's a good thing to keep it. And you are ready to start your first project.
Now, let's have a look at how you can create your translation project on MateCat.
So once you have created your account, you can work on more elaborate projects, including several files or several people. The first thing to do is to give it a name. Then you upload your texts. And as you can see here, MateCat can support up to 80 different types of files. And you can also bring the files from your Google Drive. I'm gonna use files from my desktop, and I've added 4 different file formats here to show you how the tool behaves in different formats. And then the tool is going to analyze each of these files here to be able to give you an estimate, as we have seen in previous slides. So once your files are uploaded, you're going to hit the button Analyze, as we have seen before, and wait for the tool to analyze the texts. So here's the result for the 4 files that I've added to the tool. As you can see here, the tool is saying that I'm gonna save 30% of my words because they are repeated words. And my project has a total of 10,449 words. But once I use the MateCat machine translation, I'll be actually translating only 7,202 words. If I click here, I'm going to see details of the project, and also if I click here, I can see details of each one of the individual files that I've added to my project. If I want to split this work with someone without creating a team, because I decided that's too much for me and I have a tight deadline, I can split the work into as many parts as I want, and the tool is going to simply cut the files into very closely numbered chunks, the 7,202 words. So I can choose to divide it in 2 or 3 or 4 parts. And once I do that, I can then share each one of these parts with a different person and ask for their help in the translation. There are a few ways of sharing the task with other team members. The first one is to just copy this link and send the link to the person that you are assigning the translation to. The other one is to go to our private area here where you can see all your projects listed. And here's the project that we have just created. You can come here and assign each one of the 3 parts that were automatically created, and then you can come here and assign each one of them to a person. So you just put the email here, and you can put here the date that you're gonna send the translation and when you want it back. So here you can choose, for instance, August 5th, 12 a.m. And then once you put the name of the translator here, then you can click this button and the person is gonna receive an invitation to translate that part of the text. So here you can do the same with the other 2 parts that you've created, splitting that initial job. Another thing you can do is to create a team of translators, either before creating a translation job or afterwards. So you just come to your personal area here, personal settings, and here where you can see personal, you can either use a team that you have already created. Here you can change the settings of this team, or you can create a new one. And to create a new one, you're going to fill the information of the translators here in this pop-up window. So you're going to give a name to the team, and you're going to insert the emails of your team members separated by commas. And once you do that, you can also use enter. Once you do that, then you're gonna hit the button create. So here I've added a few emails here, and I can now hit create, and I'm automatically included in that new team. So now I have a team called test team. If I come here, I can see that the members haven't accepted my invitation yet. Once they do, they're going to receive an email to do that. Then all their names are going to be shown here in this pop-up window. Once the team is created, you can either add new members to it, or you can start creating projects to the team. So every project you create in MateCat is going to use the memory that's a collaborative memory created by everybody that uses MateCat. But you may want to create your own new translation memory, or adding a translation memory that you've downloaded from another source, another tool. So this is where you do all those settings. Here you can choose what memory you're going to use. If you want to create a new one, you can insert here my new memory. And remember that this is going to be an empty memory. So there will be nothing in there. And you can also use glossaries that you have created before, or you can add new glossaries as well. You can choose to pre-translate the matchings that are 100% identical to the translation memory that's available already, the My Memory. And you can decide here if you are going to use machine translation or not. You can also choose to use another machine translation engine if you have the API. And here are some extra advanced settings that you can take some time to learn more about them using the manual of the tool. But a nice one, for instance, is to use your microphone so you can dictate instead of having to type your translation. And you can use other languages to help you guess the equivalents, and several other nice settings that you can work on here. So now that I've taught you how to create an account and to set up a project, a translation project, let's have a look at this other interface that MateCat and most cat tools have, the translation interface. We have seen in previous slides and videos on this series that cat tools have some basic functions, and here are some of the functions that I'm going to show you on MateCat. I'm going to show you how to translate and confirm a segment. I'm going to show you how to use the machine translation and how to reuse some of the suggestions from the translation memory. There is also a function called auto-propagate that I'm going to show you how to use. And there are the tags that you need to deal with, these invisible marks in your text that make up your bolds, your italics. And there are some flags that come from the quality assurance tool, showing you problems with extra spaces or different symbols in the source and the target text. And I'm also going to show you at the end how to download your translation. So let's say that I'm going to work on this project by myself. So I just hit translate, and once I do that, I'm going to leave the managing part of the tool, which is this one that we've been working up to now, and then I'm going to enter the actual CAT tool where the translation can be done. And if I look here, I can see which one of the files I'm working right now. So here I'm using the translation interface. As you can see here, the machine translation already fills the space for me with the suggested translation. If I like it, I just hit translated and it's going to be confirmed. So I can just keep going, hitting translated if I'm happy with the suggestion. And if I'm not, I can come here and make the changes that I need and keep going. When you're translating a segment that's repeated in your text, when you hit translated, the CAT tool is going to ask you if you want to translate all the other segments exactly like that. So sometimes you are translating and you're going to see a mismatch, in this case a symbol mismatch, that you have a flag here. And if you look at your translation memory and machine translation, you're going to see that none of the options have the symbol. They have the number but not the symbol. So you simply add the symbol here and hit translated. As you translate, you every now and then see some flags from the quality assurance tool, like this one. In this case here, the problem was with the tags. As you can see now, when I hit guess tags, the CAT tool is going to try to fix the tags for me. When you finish translating the last segment, you are now ready to download your translation. You can download it, the translated product, and you can download the translation memory in two different formats. Once you hit download, you can then see the result of your translation. Sometimes you need to do some changes in the outline, but mostly the document comes ready to be shared. I hope this content was useful to you. Please help us spread the word, and if you want to learn more about translation and technology, check the other videos in the series. Obrigada!